This is the 11SIX24 Alpha Pro Power Vapor, and if you've played with their Power series, you might be wondering, is this a game-changing upgrade or just a slight remix? I've been hitting with it non-stop, and today we're diving deep into how it plays and how it stacks up against its sibling, the Vapor Power. Now, before we jump into comparisons, let's talk about the Alpha Pro Power on its own because, spoiler, it's a great paddle. I actually bought this paddle with my own money, which is kind of rare these days, during their Ambassador pre-release because of how much I like the Power series, specifically the Vapor shape, which is the hybrid one, but for reference, it also comes in the Pegasus, which is the standard shape, and the Huarache X, which is the elongated shape. And this paddle is available right now for pre-order, and it ships in late July, and you can use the code Pickleball to save $10 and support the channel. So here's the breakdown on the Alpha Pro Power, specifically in the Vapor shape. It's a 16mm Gen 3 paddle with 10mm black polypropylene core cells. It has an FCC Layup with fiberglass on the bottom layer, carbon fiber on top, a static weight of 8.05 ounces, a swing weight of 114.7, and a twist weight of 6.9. This is a poppy, power-focused paddle that stays true to the 11SIX24 reputation. It delivers high-end power, but in a package that feels a bit more stable, balanced, and honestly really fun to play with. It's not a drastic departure from the Power series. In fact, it almost feels like a natural extension of it, but we'll get into that in a little bit. It still smashes on drives and serves, but the softer game is a little more refined. You get a touch more forgiveness, better feel in dinks, and a bit more ability to shape the ball. But now let's get to the real question. Is the Alpha Pro Power a big enough upgrade from the Power series? To find out, I compared the Alpha Pro Power Vapor directly to the Vapor Power, which is the same hybrid shape, and here's what I found. While the Alpha Pro Power feels like a refined version of the Power series, there are two main differences in the build. First, the Alpha Pro Power is using those 10mm black cells in the core, which can give it a little bit more power and pop. But then they come in with that second change, which is to move the fiberglass layer down to the bottom layer, thus decreasing the pop and power a little, and ultimately delivering some surprisingly similar results in testing. Serve speed? Almost identical. Punch volleys? Pretty much neck and neck. And other stats? Very close all across the board. I've got some metrics up on the screen, and honestly, some of these results are close enough that the difference might just come down to my swing fatigue by the time I got to that second paddle. But the real difference comes in the feel, I think. The Alpha Pro Power trades just a bit of that raw pop and power for a little more touch and control. And it's a bit better at shaping shots with a more connected feel in the soft game. The Vapor Power still feels like it has a little more zip off the face, but the Alpha Pro feels just a little more complete to me overall. And there are two other key changes in the Alpha Pro Power. First, the price. The Alpha Pro Power is $30 more, landing at $199 before code. And second is the warranty. This is now a full 1-year warranty compared to the 6 months on the Power series. So all this boils down to, is the Alpha Pro Power worth it? And I think this deserves two answers. If you don't own the Power series yet, I think the Alpha Pro Power is a fantastic paddle. You're getting top-tier power, great compact pop at the net, and an upgraded feel for the soft game. At $189 after using the code Pickleball, it's approaching that weird middle tier for pricing, but I think it holds its own in the 2025 paddle landscape. But what if you already own the Power series? Here's the honest truth. The Alpha Pro Power feels more like a variation than a completely new paddle. If you're not in need of a new paddle, or maybe just craving something radically different, I'd say you can probably hold off on this as an upgrade. And that is not a knock on the Alpha Pro Power at all. I've loved hitting with it, and it will absolutely be staying in my bag. But if you're expecting a night and day difference between these two, you probably aren't going to find what you're looking for. Instead, think of it this way. If you want max power and to save a little bit of money, stick with the Power series if you've already got that. But if you want slightly better feel, control, and shape, and still maintain that high-end power and pop, and you're okay spending a little bit more, go with the Alpha Pro Power. As always, I'm a big fan of what 11SIX24 is doing. The Alpha Pro Power is another strong release that shows that they're listening to feedback and ultimately refining their game. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Alpha Pro Power versus the Power series down below in the comments. And if you like this review, be sure to hit subscribe for more honest paddle breakdowns. And don't forget to use the code Pickleball Blast to save $10 on your order if you plan on picking up this paddle. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the court.